Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I'm your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Today, we are taking a look at the Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer. One of two Borgified starships from the Tal Shiar and STO. And I'm going to make this blunt. People are stupid. Yes, the people complaining about this ship are big whale players who probably have the ship on half a dozen tunes and just want the next big thing. I mean, I don't blame them. I always want new ships too. There's just one problem. Automatically dismissing this just because it doesn't seem to fit is idiotic. Case in point. I presume you remember from a few days ago when the bundle just came out that Take read from We Have Engaged the Borg, an oral history of Wolf 359, which, by the way, was directly adapted into the Battle of Wolf 359 STF. Oh, nobody thought of that, did they? According to the book, Commander Tabak, yes, that Tabak, the Romulan commander from The Neutral Zone, Season 1 TNG, he was there. He watched. There was a Romulan warbird there. And guess what? That's why this fits. A Romulan warbird that was Borg is here. That is why I am not complaining about this ship. For the simple reason of, one, they took it from the book, and two, this kind of makes the bundle more than worth it even at full price. I still encourage people getting it on sale because, well, save your money and all that. However, I believe the chances to get this ship are still 0.00000000001. Sub 1%. Multiple decimal points. 0 of 0%. And then somebody's gonna go, hey, let's lockbox something. Let's go for something else, something different. Because I already have a Tal Shiar ship. Gah. Idiotic. Anyway, it is very much a tactical vessel. 4 tactical, 4 science, 3 engineering. What is different about this warbird is it has a Tal Shiar Borg warp core. Which is odd, however. We must remember this ship was introduced way before the Romulan faction even existed in its T5 variant. Now, I'm not going to say that the people complaining aren't unjustified in it, but there's a caveat in that. There's a big asterisk. Because you know what that asterisk is? As far as I'm concerned, the adapted destroyer doesn't fit, but the adapted battle cruiser does. Because the adapted battle cruiser is basically an assimilated version of the Didiridax. Makes sense. Alright then. Starship stations. Lieutenant Commander Universal Intelligence, Lieutenant Pilot Intelligence, Lieutenant Pilot Universal, Lieutenant, well, Commander Pilot, Commander Tactical, Ensign Tactical, and, hold on, is that actually Universal? No, it is not. At least I don't think so. No, it's definitely Universal. Sorry, I think one of my monitors is starting to die, so I can't really tell what the colors are. Yep, it's Universal. Sorry. You know how technical issues are. So, Commander Tactical, Ensign Tactical, Lieutenant Commander Science, 2 Universal stations, the highest ranking one being Intel, the other being Pilot. As for its consoles, Enhanced Shrapnel Torpedo Launcher increases your crit chance, and stacks with the set to include, well, more damage. Regenerates 2.5% hull every 60 seconds, 10% to all shield healing, and the final set, which requires the Battlecruiser console, increases turns everything basically into an offensive weapon. So, I have to ask, why were people bitching about this? Because it seems like you were bitching for nothing. Really? Oh, and the Starship trait. Synergetic Tactical Systems. Basically improves control every time you use surgical strikes, rapid fire, or reroute reserves to weapons. And improves your exotic particle generators. And there's 2. So the trait is more for taxi captains. And, well, so's the set bonus. Regardless, again, not seeing a reason to bitch, other than the sake of bitching. In fact, I'm going to make this abundantly clear. According to pundits, and apparently he got this information directly from the boys at Cryptic, so he may as well be considered an insider, the Freedom barely got into the STF. They didn't have time to create a new model to create a starship for it, and make it available. So there's that. Would I have liked the Freedom in this bundle? Absolutely. It would have made up for the Tier 3. It would have more than made up for the Tier 3 constellation. But this also makes up for it, because how many keys are you going to buy to get this ship? $150 worth? 200? 300? 5? I see no reason to complain about this ship. And besides, to illustrate the point, this is my Romulan, my YouTube Romulan, just to prove a point. More Romulan ships are not a bad thing. Do you know how many of them are Lockbox or Lobby exclusive? Someone once said responding to a comment of mine that Fed players do not understand what it takes to be a true Romulan. They're not wrong. They are not wrong. And frankly, I want the battle cruiser. I want to complete this set. I would also like to get my hands on the other temporal war, on the other on the other ships, the D9, the counterparts to the Atlas, and the the TOS light cruiser escort set, the Talis, the D7, the temporal Connie. Just so I can say I have more Romulan ships. So, I don't see a reason to complain about this. You got no reason to bitch. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.